You guys easily forget all the pain and suffering your exes put you through to the point where you've had to search for answers. In my days, I've seen women break men that did everything to make them happy, and guess what? None of it was ever enough for the woman. They would always find something to complain about and eventually end up cheating on the guy, or just decided that he didn't serve any more purpose and either dumped or divorced him. Any men do not have long memories, and you guys easily forget all. Let me tell you something. The majority of men, including myself, are one blowjob away from the plantation. As a result, I understand the desire to have someone who is yours and is willing to be loyal, submissive, and cooperative. However, you should keep in mind that she has that dog in her. The woman you're with most likely isn't any different. She is either playing a role to get what she wants from you, or she simply doesn't see the reason to start acting up. Because you need to keep in mind that your ex-girlfriend was bouncing on another man's dating stick, and when it slipped out, she grabbed onto it and put it right back into her lovely watery innards. And she continued to bounce on it until she busted gents. You can't afford to allow yourself to get vulnerable and fooled into thinking things will be different this time, because the only thing that's changed is your outlook on life. Gentlemen, listen up. The truth is that relationship is just a philosophy that seeks to expose the truths buried in society. And with that information, you then decide the best method to guide yourself through this quote-unquote matrix. However, ARP on its own cannot prevent you from screwing up your life in reference to women. Just like how most people know how to lose weight, but there are still people walking around here looking like the number 8, so don't think that knowledge alone is enough to save your life. You must have discipline in your own philosophy and how you want to deal with women, and stick to it, that's it. But always remember that at any moment, the devil can send a wolf in sheep's clothing into your life, and we find you torn up by the wayside crawling back to the relationship after. The estate or plantation, I've said this in countless videos, and I'll say it again to set you guys straight. 99% of all relationships fail, and if you don't believe me, then do the paper test. The first reason why you should never get back into a relationship is because it will fail eventually. I've said this in countless videos, and I'll say it again to set you guys straight. Get a piece of paper and write down the names of everyone you've ever been intimately involved with or who you were in a relationship with. Add up all of the names and write the number that you get down. Next, write down the names of the people that you are currently with. Add up all of their names and write the number that you get down. Finally, compare the two numbers. Why would you go back into another relationship just for it to end a few months or years down the road? That makes no sense to me at all. Given that the majority of people will spend their entire lives with either no one or one person, this represents either a 100% or a 99% rate of failure. If you find that you spend a lot of time alone and would like a companion, you should consider getting a pet. The average pet will outlive most of the relationships you have with your male friends. The second and most important reason why you should never get involved in another relationship is that nothing will ever change. I know that a lot of guys are optimistic that the girl they're with will never do the things that your previous partner did to hurt them. But trust me when I say that most of them will. The majority of you guys will have a good thing going until she decides she's not happy and kicks you to the curb. But those of you who do will get torn to shreds by the girl you think will never do that to me. Some of you guys will have a good thing going until she decides she's not happy and kicks you to the curb. She's probably going to go to a girls' night out with her friends and get her back blown out by a 6'4" jagged Chad she met on Tinder. She's probably going to use you to take a break from the CC and rest that piece, leave from getting threaded like car tires. She's probably going to lie and manipulate you the entire relationship while playing you for a fool, and I know you guys don't want that. She's probably going to use you. Keep in mind that you will be dealing with 304 and girls who will dabble in debauchery if you get involved in another relationship. The third reason why you should never get involved in another relationship is because the juice isn't worth the squeeze. A lot of men are expected to give, and what they get back in return is poor treatment. Women have no reason to change, and good women are few and far between. This leaves you with flat-out 304 and girls who will dabble in debauchery the majority of the time. Your significant other will not appreciate what you have done for her or the sacrifices you have made in order to make her happy. You can't make women happy. That's not your job in the relationship. You have your part and duty to fulfill, and she has her duties and duty to fulfill as well. However, I have a question for you. What do you get in exchange for being in a relationship? She doesn't serve you or do her responsibilities without complaining, even though most of you only get the bare minimum and you're just pleased to be there. Why the hell are you guys going into relationships? Please answer the question, because many of you guys really and truly get treated like dirt, and you're still with the broad guys that leave the plantation, if that's the deal you signed up for. Because I guarantee you it won't get better the longer the relationship goes on. I hope you guys take my words to heart and leave the plantation if that's the deal you signed up for. Because I guarantee you it won't get better the longer the relationship goes on. I hope it has been by far the best decision I've ever made up to this point in my life, to live by the free agent lifestyle philosophy. Whether you've gone your own way or monk mode, you guys are appreciated in our community, so continue to hold the line and not live your life for a woman. 2. I wish I could have gotten the girl who treats me right, is loyal, submissive, and cooperative. All I can have my peace, quiet, and freedom. Absolutely, but that is never going. I realize this is a lot to ask of you, but could you please tell me how I can get my husband back? This is what happens when monkey branching doesn't work, and the grass that looked greener on the other side turns out to be as dry as the Sahara Desert. I love how the husband handled the situation and divorced her, because she was so ungrateful and disgusting. But she blew up her family so that she could be out here in the streets, and I hope no other man ever marries